Baking has always been my passion. There's something about whipping up a batch of cookies or a sweet treat that brings me joy, especially when it's for my grandchildren. I've always loved watching their faces light up as they take a bite of a homemade cookie fresh from the oven. But my daughter-in-law, Emily, doesn't share my enthusiasm for baked goods. Emily is very health conscious. She avoids sugar, eats mostly organic, and steers clear of processed foods. I respect her dedication to her family's health, but when my grandkids visit, I like to make them something special. However, Emily has never been shy about her disapproval. Whenever she sees the kids enjoying a treat I've made, she often goes on about how unhealthy it is, even though everything I make is homemade and prepared with care. A few months ago, this difference in perspective led to a heated argument. Emily told me I shouldn't give the kids junk food, and I argued that a homemade cookie now and then wouldn't harm them. My son stepped in to mediate, and we came to a compromise. The kids could have one cookie when they were with me. For a while, this arrangement worked. I made my cookies, the kids enjoyed one, and everything seemed peaceful. But that changed yesterday. The kids came over for a visit, and I baked a fresh batch of cookies as I usually do. They were cooling on the rack when Emily and my son decided to chat with me before heading out. At some point during our conversation, Emily quietly slipped into the kitchen. When I went in to check on the cookies, I was stunned to find the entire batch had been thrown into the trash. I confronted her, asking why she had thrown away something I had worked hard to make. Emily's response? She claimed she was doing me a favor because they're unhealthy. I was furious. I raised my voice, telling her she had no right to throw away food I had made, especially without asking me. Emily became defensive, saying she was just trying to help. My son tried to step in, telling me to calm down, but I couldn't contain my anger. Emily left the room in tears, and my son turned to me, saying I had overreacted and should apologize. But I don't think I did. I told my son that until he handles the situation with Emily, I wouldn't be babysitting the kids. I also made it clear that I wouldn't be apologizing for standing up for myself and my hard work. Now, I'm left wondering if I was too harsh, but the thought of someone throwing away something I lovingly prepared without even discussing it with me feels deeply disrespectful. I love my son and grandchildren, but this situation has left a bitter taste in my mouth, and not just because of the cookies.
Judge Alan Inkman here. Not the asshole. Baking cookies is love, not a crime. Tossing them? That's the real offense. Emily crossed a major line by trashing your hard work without asking. Respect works both ways. If she doesn't like cookies, she can just say no, not take over the kitchen court.